mean, that didn't look good. And so you have a gift, something that can motivate all the players to turn it around and really show up and focus, because the whole country's going to be watching tomorrow night.
We covered Jalen Hyatt. When did he come on your radar first? I mean, have you been tracking him?
Yeah, yes, we've been watching him, but I think what the beginning of this year is where he really started to stand out. You always see the top end speed, right? You see someone that, I mean, just makes it look so easy. His turnover is ridiculous. And you know, some people will say, oh, he's in this offensive system and that gives him so much. Well, say that when he's going man-to-man against some of the better corners, and I think he's someone that I would just give a lot of love to. I think what he's done this season is ridiculous. I think at times he's shown that he can make some of the best corners look not as fast as other people. I think he's shown that he's a lot tougher than people give him credit for, especially on some of the different play actions where he's coming across, and on some of the receiver screens where he's really fought to get hard yardage. So I don't think he's just a really fast guy that runs fast and, you know, all system sets him up. I think he's a really, really good player that is one of the most elite in the SEC.
Tim, when you look at Spencer, I guess, what is it that, at least whether it's on film, what is it that's worked, what hasn't? What have you just seen from him as a whole this year?
I think his talent is elite. I think he throws one of the best balls in college football. I think he probably throws a better ball than, you know, quite a few guys in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's very, very gifted thrower of the football. I also think, for as much scrutiny as he gets, I also think he's a really good teammate. I think a lot of, you know, he's gotten so much hype from the TV show in high school all the way through, and, you know, leaving OU. I mean, only thing I've heard from coaches and teammates is how much they like him, right? I don't think that always gets said. So I think those are, you know, two amazing qualities. And then I also think one of the things with Spencer is I think there's some areas that he could probably clean up in some fundamentals. I was saying it earlier that when you're so gifted in areas like that, it's almost like he's a high school pitcher that could throw 100, and when you do that, you don't always work on your changeup, you know? And I don't say that in a mean way. I just say I still think there's some areas where he's so gifted and he can just stay on his back foot and kind of roll right and still make these incredible throws. But I just think some of the next steps for him would be continuing to, you know, in protection and step up. And I also don't think, you know, a lot of people want to put it on quarterbacks. I don't think that's fair. I think, you know, I mean, they've had line issues, they've had running backs go down, they've had a lot of things. So I think he's incredibly talented. I think he's a good dude. I think he's continued to really work. And, you know, I think maybe the biggest thing, if you're a South Carolina fan, that's been disappointing probably, is you just don't feel like the offense has been in sync.
To that end, I mean, it obviously hurts when you lose a running back or anything like that. But I mean, when you lose a guy, whether it's Marshawn Lloyd or Christian Will Smith or whoever, like, what does that do to change the complexion of what an offense wants to do?
I think it's also being in sync, right? You're moving guys around and you're getting a lot of personnels. I mean, if you look at what they did last week, they probably ran in 10, 12 different personnels.
Yeah.
You know, so when you're playing in the swamp and you're trying to communicate and you're trying to get young guys to do all that, it's hard to kind of be almost feeling like you're on the same page, you know, one offense. And that's where I think, you know, first of all, I would always want Marshawn on the field. I think he's a very gifted player, and so him not being on there hurts. But then moving other guys from other positions, H-back tight end, but vice versa, moving all the way around, just takes great communication. And on the road in the SEC, that's really hard.
Yeah. You obviously, this is not your first time in Columbia. Do you have a favorite spot here in Columbia?
I don't know if I have a favorite spot. I loved it. I loved when I was here for the Fireflies, and this city and all the fans and people were great. I mean, they were just, I enjoyed coming here as a player in college, but I also loved playing here for the Fireflies. So I always enjoy it.
All right, thanks, guys.